you were telling me before that you're really insecure about the way your toes look, and like I've never, like, you mentioned it a couple times, but it's still something I genuinely don't ever think about, or like I guess I forget. But like it's just funny how you're insecure about something that no one else would actually be like thinking about or looking at. So I just wanted to expand on that topic. Why do you find your toe, why do you not like the shape why do you not like the look of your toes?
Well, it's just like from ballet, like it was always on point shoes and like it just crumpled up my toes and stuff like that. It's more like I just noticed it, you know. It's like something that you notice as a ballerina.
It's a ballet thing, is it?
It's a ballet thing.
It's a ballet thing.
Yeah.
Interesting. But like, how is that still carried on over into your daily life? Like, for example, we were gonna go out somewhere for like dinner, and she really hated like her shoes because it was making her feet really like sore and blistered up and stuff. And I was like, why don't you just wear your thongs? And she's like, or thongs or flip flops, like what most people like to call it. And she was really insecure about the way her toes looked.
Yeah. It just, I don't know, to me it's in my head. It's like, my toes aren't like the aesthetically pleasing toes as like most people have, you know. It's like, it's like, you know, when you see like feet on Instagram, for example, like those influencers.
No, I don't look at feet on Instagram. I've never once searched up feet on Instagram. I'd never pay attention. I'm not one of those guys. I know there is a big demographic on that. That's probably one of the most popular categories on the hubs and all that. But I've never once looked at someone's toes and I'm like, ugh. I mean, I get maybe, but it's not the first thing I notice. Definitely not. And if I was, let's say there's a person walking towards me, or you, for example, I don't look straight down at your toes to see what shoes you're wearing and how your toes look. I don't know. Maybe that's a relatable thing for a lot of people.
Maybe I'm just a bit more like judgmental of myself. Like I'm kind of a perfectionist in some like ways. I don't know how to explain it, but like, yeah, like I just look for every little thing and I just want to perfect it. And if it's not perfect, it's something's wrong with it immediately. And I don't know why it goes immediately to that negative connotation. But
so were toes your biggest insecurities?
Oh no, I got so many. It was like nose, teeth, like this little part here.
Yeah, you always mention that. This little thing. Let's zoom in on the camera, guys. This thing, dude. She doesn't wear certain clothings because of her.
This is the first time I'm wearing something like
exactly.
this.
It's very round of applause to her, guys. But like her little armpit flap here is what's stopping her from wearing certain clothes. I just found that so interesting because I was insecure about things that I literally couldn't change. And I guess you can't really change the way your armpit flaps kind of fold over on certain clothing, but
you can lose fat.
It's just funny how like your insecurities always they're formed through your own mind, and it's you think you're insecure about certain things because you think other people may think it's weird. But it's funny because other people don't even notice that. I doubt it. At least maybe it's a man thing. Like I don't notice those fine details of how an armpit looks, but and your
maybe
toes look.
Like it's also a sense of security as well within yourself. Like if I feel like I'm slowly getting more secure with like certain parts of myself, but it also takes like a lot. Like even now I'm 25 and I'm still insecure about certain parts of my body, and I, like in my head it sounds stupid. Saying it out loud sounds stupid, but I do want to get over that, to be fair.
Do you think there's anything that's valid to be insecure about?
Depends whether you can change something about it or not yourself. If you can't change something about it, no. If you can, then if you don't make the steps towards it, then yeah, I completely think that's valid.
So you're saying if you can't change something, it's completely valid to feel insecure about it?
Well, yeah, because say for example something like, I don't know, like you were in an accident and you have like these massive scars, like you can't help that, you know. That's like, it's like saying like, oh yeah, I was in an accident, like now I look I have like this horrible like scar, like cosmetic surgery is too expensive, and like I think that's completely valid to be insecure about, but at the same time like you have to own that, you know, you have to own that.
Yeah.
So
but what if, so my biggest insecurity ever was being Asian, being Korean. That's something I cannot change forever. I wish I could like rip my face off. I always talked about in videos, or maybe you guys haven't watched them, but I always said how I used to like wanted to dye my hair blonde. I wanted to get the eyelid surgery. I hated speaking Korean. I hated my middle name because my middle name's a Korean name, and like whenever the teacher would call my name out for like roll call in school, like are you present? Yes, I am. Like the teachers would say my full name, and I hated that. I was literally, I get anxiety about my name being called out on a list.
You and me both, actually.
My name
as well, because my name's like, obviously it's European, so it's spelled differently. And
What European country are you from? Let the viewers know.
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Do you guys even know Lithuania was a country? I don't know. Maybe if you're Australian, maybe you heard of it. It's like a little random city somewhere, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, so it's literally in between like Poland and Russia. So it's like,
cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so because my name is spelled in a specific way, so it's pronounced Yeva and it's spelled I-E-V-A.
Okay.
But as soon as I see the I, but they automatically, like in school, they automatically thought it was like a lowercase L or something. And
So
they were
what
like,
they say, lever?
Like lever or leather or like, it was really weird. And then like the worst one for me was like Aiva, and everyone used to start laughing. I was like, oh my god, I want to change my name.
Yeah.
So immediately after that, I was like talking to my mum. I was like, Mum, why didn't you give me an English name? I was born in London and we were planning to live here anyway. So why not give me an English name? She was like, oh, it didn't suit you, whatever. You know, all that mum stuff, right?
Yeah, mum stuff.
So, yeah, then she was just like, oh, no, just be proud of your name. Like, it's from your, like, culture and stuff like that. It's like, I hated it growing up. And so the English translation of my name is Eve.
Yes.
So it's like Adam and Eve. Like, that's the actual, that's the English translation for it. And since then, after I found that out, been telling everyone to call me Eve. And it's been ongoing for years. Like so many people actually know me as Eve rather than Yeva. And like now, because I'm more accepting of my name, I'm like, why did I do that? Like Eve just sounds horrible. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like me. It's strange.
So do you think that's something? I guess when you're younger, it's a lot harder because you're always surrounded by the small, like the same sort of people, and it's very hard to escape. And no one wants to be bullied or made fun of.
Oh yeah.
But do you think, again, you can't really change? I guess you can change your name, but let's say like your name, your race. You were saying before that, or the scars that you have from an accident. You're saying it's completely valid to feel insecure about that.
Yeah.
So for me, my biggest insecurity was something I couldn't change, was being a specific race. Do you think I'm completely valid to have felt like that and hated myself and wanting to?
Okay, yeah, that's different. So no, I don't think you should be insecure about that, because obviously when we're younger, we were like kind of conformed into like this, I don't know, like the society that we had in school, you know, like you had to be a certain way in order to be accepted. And it was like, I had that a lot. Like I felt like I wasn't accepted. So like I felt like I had to mold myself into a different person, different personality, and it completely was not me. But no, your race, absolutely not. No, like you should own that shit, because it's so unique. It forms you as a person.
So back to my original point then, is there any insecurity that is completely valid? And you said before, things you cannot change. But now that you've proved to me that you should accept those things.
Yeah.
The insecurities that a lot of people have, maybe like the viewers at home, maybe you're not Asian, maybe you don't have like a weird scar, but whatever it is, I know like people have such weird insecurities. Like I think my sister was like insecure about like, I guess a lot of women have like body insecurities.
Yeah, it's kind of like body dysmorphia type of things.
Yeah.
But then again, we have Instagram and stuff like that, and it's so bad. Like it kind of shows you the things that you think that you should be, but you shouldn't be. You know, like all these people with like these BBLs and stuff like that. Like surgery is so huge. Like I wanted to get eyelid surgery as well to change the way my eyes looked. I wanted to get all sorts of surgeries. I still actually do, for my nose at least.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
so do you think it's valid for people to change the way they look because of their insecurities?
I mean, at the end of the day, what makes them happy should make them happy. But then again, like there's obviously different levels to this, you know, like it's all dependent on your view. Like I don't know, you see certain people that have like surgeries and they like completely transform themselves, like massive lips, massive Botox.
They look completely different.
Yeah, but like obviously it's their choice, it's their money, like they do what they want, fair enough. Like, but obviously from a different perspective, like some people prefer the more natural look and they're like, oh whoa, that's like insane. But some people prefer like having all that Botox and they think that's beautiful, and you know what? Fair enough. Like, yeah,
for me, I don't blame people who want to change themselves or change things about themselves that they can't naturally change, because people do treat you differently. The world does treat you differently. Like, let's say objectively, like you can look, more beautiful through, getting surgery or changing certain things about you, and then people treat you differently. Maybe you're a model and like it gets you more exposure as well. People notice you more. Like, I don't think I'll ever judge anyone, but at the same time, I think I respect people more who completely accept everything about themselves, because it's a very shallow way to feel validated through insecurities or things you can't change about yourself that actually don't like detriment anything towards you or about you.
No, that actually makes sense.
You know,
like obviously, like I didn't think about like in depth when you first asked me that question.
And actually, insecurities nowadays as well. Like, man, it's so trendy now to have like a missing arm, you know, because you probably a model with a missing arm probably has a higher chance of getting more exposure nowadays because people like things that are different because we're so over stimulated or over exposed to perfection. Does that make sense? I think that's why nowadays it's very cool and I think it's so much easier to accept yourself and your race and just weird quirks about you because people want things that are different. We don't want perfection anymore. At least, like, I don't really like that.
if you look way back in time, like, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 years ago, you see models that like all size 0. They have to be like a specific size, specific height, specific everything. Like, whereas now you see like these adverts and everything. Like, it's just so inclusive, which is beautiful to see because obviously, like, there are beautiful people in all shapes and sizes, you know. But yeah, it's just crazy to think how much we've jumped in those years. And I think that's great though, like, but it's just such a weird thing to think about. Like, a time ago there was just a specific niche and it was just so like wrong to be anything else, you know.
Well, trends always change. People like society wants different things. We get bored of things as well, even like politically, just fashion standards, beauty standards, like trends, what's cool, what's not cool. Everything always changes. And there's never anything that's always fixed in point, you know. Like back then it was like cool to be like people who are fat was like seen as like a good thing, you know. It was like, oh, he's got power, he's got status because he can afford food. And now it's like no one wants to be fat and like obviously like everyone wants to be healthy and stuff, but I think even the things that you might be insecure about, like my eyes or my race, it's like now like such a cool trendy thing.
Oh, I've noticed that as well, like all the K-pop stuff.
Yeah, there's so much like Asian people, like we're like almost elite tier now. I don't think we'll ever be above the white people, but like in the eyes of most people, like we're like up there now. I think certain Asians at least.
It's also like Korean food has become more popularized as well. Like, it's so much more trendy.
Yes, exactly. The things I used to be insecure about is like now like praised by people. I was literally having this conversation with some friends, like I was telling them how I would get bullied for like the food I would bring to school, but nowadays, like 10 years later, it's like people want to try the food. People want to like actually see or experience different cultures, like traveling to Asia, like Japan, Korea, Thailand. It's so cool and positive now, which I love. But it's like, man, I had a rough back in the day. You know, it wasn't always like that.
Yeah, 100%. Nah. I was the same as well. Like, I always used to not like get packed lunch. I used to always go in for the school dinners because I was like, I don't want to bring what my mum made me. My mum used to make me like these Lithuanian sandwiches, like with the specific meats and like specific bread. And then obviously you see everyone with their King's Mill or whatever like Warburtons, whatever the frick like the.
I don't know what's a Warburton.
It's a bread brand from in London.
Brand. Okay.
But yeah, it's just. Everyone had like this specific thing, and like there was always a trend of like, oh, did you bring this in today? Like, did you have this? There's always a competition of whether like you had the cool thing that everyone wants. And I was just like, you know what, school dinners, you have the safe option. You don't have to like worry about like if you're fitting in or not, you know. You just got the school dinners, you're fine. You just move on. So yeah, it was just a weird time. Definitely a weird time.
School is a weird time. I hated the version of myself as in school, and maybe you guys watching at home, if you're still in school, like, trust me, that is not the real version of you. It's not what life is always going to be
evil.
like. School's fucked. Oh, school is so fucked. I mean, like, I made people's lives hell, but like, I also had a shitty life as well. Like, school is not a real representation of what the life of real life is. I guess you learn a lot of like skills, like social skills, like
I mean, in the beginning, you don't learn who you want to be. You just become the person that you don't want to be without even realizing it.
Yeah, because you prioritize other things like social acceptance, fitting in,
and being popular and like all the stuff. Like it's all. I'm telling you now, at this time, like it's looking back on it, I feel so stupid for half the shit I've done.
Yeah, me
like,
too. Oh, most of the shit.
So many regrets. Oh my gosh, so many regrets.
Yeah.
Like honestly, now I don't even have. I'm not actually close to anyone from high school. Maybe one person, but like I see her every once in a while. Shout out to George, love her. But other than that, no. I don't speak to anyone because they're all different to who I am now. Back then, they were all just like trying to have like the newest Michael Kors bag and like, oh my gosh, if you didn't kiss this person or like if you did kiss someone, it was like you were considered a slut, and it's like, oh, it's just torture.
Yeah. People wanted you to be a hoe, hey? Like in like I guess with the girls, it's like, but people would make fun of you for being a hoe. But then also if you
You're
were
accepted for it as well.
yes, like if you knew other guys wanted you, you must have been seen as very popular. But then if you would go out and do something or like kiss someone that another girl wanted to kiss, then like they would have made fun of you for kissing the guy.
Like it was weird for me. Like the
School's so weird.
Like the thing is, like I was quite in the beginning of school, like high school anyway, like year 7, year 8. I was actually quite fitted in with the popular group. Then all of a sudden, like one thing happened, and then everything changed. I became like the least popular. I was like outcasted, and even though the most popular guys, they would still like message me and like still want to like have this kind of flirty interaction or whatever. But then when it comes to oh my god, almost burped. When it comes to actually being in school, they would like ignore me and everything. And then like when it was like house parties, I would still somehow get invited. I don't know how, even though I was still outcasted. But they would like try and like sneak in like a little kiss here and there, and then like when they found out, they would like spread like some sort of rumor. It was just it was pure pain, like to be used and like being so gullible and so stupid at that time to accept that. It was oh man, just like thinking back now, like I should have just accepted my outcastness, you know, if that's not even a word, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's like accept being different, accept like that you've been kind of pushed away from that group, and you should be, because they're awful people. You don't want to be surrounded by that. You don't want to try and be like them. They're not great people. I've now like you just see them and you're just like I feel better than that.
Yeah,
you know.
But you also were probably a very different person in school, was like I was as well. Like
I was a bitch. Like I'm not gonna lie, I did bully a couple people, but I was mainly the one bullied, and I think I took that out on other people.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I regret. Like I shouldn't have, but obviously with all those raging hormones, you don't know what to do with yourself. Like you don't think properly.
Everything we do in school was to try and feel validated and to fit in.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's so common because we're just kids. We can just use that easy reasoning. But then when you graduate and you're out of school, and people still like that when they do things for the validation of others, it's so off-putting. And you see it a lot still. You see it a lot. Like
yeah, you do. Especially like in London when you're walking around and like all these kids in like their blazers and stuff, they're just running around trying to like, they're stealing from shops now and stuff. It's like, what are you doing?
Like school kids or like adults?
School kids.
Fair enough. But I was just saying like school kids are always going to be school kids. They're always going to be like that. I'm saying people who I'm not saying literally out of school, but I'm saying after school, like let's say you graduated and stuff, and people who are still like adults, like if you're in your like early 20s and you're still acting like that, you're still doing things for validation or approval of other people, then like it's such a negative way of living, not for other people, but just for yourself. What a sad way of living, just doing things with approval of other people. Like like I lived like that like for most of my life as well.
Yeah, that was a big regret. Like I really wish I didn't try and like force myself to be liked by other people, because now like that actually made me more lonely than ever. Like now I wouldn't say I have that many friends, but I think that's also like due to my actions. Like I've kind of pushed myself out from having like long-lasting friendships just from behaving the way I did. We
talked about this yesterday, how you feel very alone because you blame it on your high school experiences, but then the way you were treated in school has now carried over into your adult life after school. How's that affected you?
In the sense of
you being alone, you realizing that like, you know, maybe you're envious of other people who've got friends. Are there benefits to being alone? I know there's certainly a lot of cons in your mind, or negatives that you think.
I mean, the pros I would definitely say is like you do become more independent. The like cons I would just be like, honestly, it's just not having that second opinion to help you realize that you're doing something wrong, or like you can, you know, better yourself in a certain way. Like someone with a similar mindset, like that's something I've always kind of lacked. I've not had someone that has a very similar mindset. Like yeah, maybe we have the same morals, but when it comes to like growing as a person, when it comes to kind of achieving your dreams and stuff like that, it's so different. Like it's very like the niche is so rare.
I think it's always going to be hard to find driven people because most people are just naturally not driven, which is not a bad thing. Again, I don't think this is a good or bad thing. I don't think she's trying to insinuate that, but it definitely is a struggle to find people you relate to, and it gets harder when you grow up. But what do you think or maybe you can ask me this, but what do you think are some like good things that you can do right now? Because you're saying right now, you're telling me that you feel alone. You're way past high school now. You know you don't want to surround yourself with a certain amount of people. You have met people, but none of them seem to relate to your goals, your struggles, your pain, your dreams.
Yeah.
What do you think is the best way to go about that?
Oh, that's a tough one though, because like it really depends on your situation as well. But like obviously that could sound like a really big excuse, to be fair. But I think because I work at a bar, I'm gonna meet people every day. Yes, I talk to them and everything, but again, these are people that I don't actually have the same I don't share the same mindset as them, because they're coming out on their day off to come and drink and spend their money away on alcohol, and it's like, really? You know, like I don't relate to that. So like working in a bar really kind of stops me from doing that. But doing my side hustle, it makes me very lonely in that sense, because this is something that I'm doing for myself, and it's not like I can do this anywhere else, you know. So I can't really meet people through that.
So what's the solution then? Well,
I mean,
how are you going to go about it? If you've felt like this for a while, you've understood this, what actions have you taken so far? And if you haven't taken action, or if you plan on taking more action but something's stopping you, what are those actions?
Well, I mean, I was looking for a new job, but obviously at this time it's so hard to find a new job. So like obviously trying to find like different like people and like maybe speak to them and stuff like that. So like for me, I was going into like the job of I was thinking about going into social media or like content creation, like anything like that that's in that field. So, because then I know there'll be like-minded people that maybe that are driven in that way. But because the job market is so difficult right now and it's really hard to get into, I honestly haven't been able to make that change. But obviously it hasn't stopped me from trying. I'm just, yeah.
I think meeting people through your work is the exact same outlook of meeting people through school. It's the most easiest way of doing things. And most people, if you luck out and you meet your sort of people through your work or through your job, then sure, like you probably don't have to look elsewhere. I think a lot of people go through the same struggle where, you know, I think people watching this who are trying to become better, improve themselves, overcome certain trials and tribulations, who want to achieve something amazing that's going to take a little bit of effort, most people aren't willing to go through that or relate to that. So I think this is a very common struggle and people a struggle that people experience. And so you told me you've tried, the people that you're meeting right now through your work isn't good, you're trying to find a new job but you're struggling with that. I think a lot of people can relate to that as well. So if you understand all this and you're telling me this now, what do you think are the next steps?
I mean, realistically, right now I haven't actually thought that far ahead, but for now it's just continue with what I was doing anyway. Keep searching for new jobs, just keep trying. If I give up now, that means I'm not going to go anywhere else, you know, like if that's just, I'm not going to succumb to giving up.
Do you think you stop yourself from putting yourself out there, or try, maybe not saying you're not trying, but are there other ways that you're not really thinking of right now, of putting yourself out there, of meeting the right people? Because you're hoping on getting a new job, which hasn't worked out yet. The current people you work with hasn't worked out yet. So whilst you try and find a new job, which isn't working out right now, but you still continually try, like, are you just going to kind of wait for a new job to pop up and then that's when you get to like meet the people you want to meet?
Maybe not, no. Like, I mean, I guess once I start streaming myself, because obviously I'm in content creation myself. Once I start streaming, maybe I can start streaming with other people, and maybe that will like build new friendships, because they're obviously like-minded, but I haven't got to that stage yet again, so I don't know if I'm going to meet these like-minded people, but I could, but once I get to that stage I won't know yet.
I think the best people, the ways I've met people, you know, and I'm quite blessed. I'm in an opposite experiences right now, as in like I've already found my core group of friends, and I lucked out, which is what I was saying before. I lucked out in school. I found a core group of 2-3 boys who we have the same passions, goals, mindset, and then you met them as well. Yeah,
they're great people. Very great.
But I've also met amazing people throughout my life who also come from different backgrounds, different experiences, who I can learn from as well. that didn't just always come from work. And I think with me, I've always put myself out there in just day-to-day life situations. If I'm walking to the obviously it's not common, I'm not talking to every single person I see, like if I'm on the train or on the way to fucking Aldi or Sainsbury's to go shopping. But like, for example, I've met a solid amount of people at my gym, for example, like in the locker room, in the changing room, like when people are getting changed, or like, you know, you might like just say something like, oh, how's your workout, bro? Like, or if when I go to the sauna in my gym, the amount of wonderful conversations I've had in the sauna, it's actually like one of the places I go to, not to find people, meet people, but like I've had so many good interactions with people in the gym, and not all of them I can relate to, but it's still nice to have conversations and just to pick people's brains, you know, and see like what their struggles are. I think if you have a more receptive approach, and you don't have to tell yourself daily, like, I'm gonna meet people, I'm gonna find this or that, but like be open to conversations, whether you're sitting in a cafe by yourself and you see someone else who's reading an interesting book. Why not, like when they look like they don't want to be disturbed, and don't disturb them, but why not ask them something about the book? Like I think you know this about me, like I'm not afraid, or I've never been hesitant. If I'm curious about something, if I want to say something, I go up to that person or that thing, or I just say it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I'm an overthinker in that sense. Like I'm worried that I'm going to be disturbing them, or like, you know, they just don't want to be spoken to. Like I overthink in that situation. It's like, oh, maybe they just don't want that interaction.
I love that you brought that up.
Yeah.
You already assume that someone doesn't want to be approached, or doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, like I don't want to be a nuisance to them.
That's a mindset thing. Why do you think like that?
I think just like that, like it's kind of that people pleasing side of me. Is like you just want to be like that perfect. I don't think it's a perfect person, but it's just like you don't want to interrupt them. You don't want to feel like you're going to be a burden to them just by asking a question. I don't know. I don't know where that stems from, but yeah, that people pleasing side really, really does navigate a lot of my life, and I hate that. I mean, I have broken out of that a couple times in the gym. When I notice a girl, like she's got like these amazing like quads or hamstrings, I'm just like, damn.
There you go.
I literally asked them like what do you do? Like how long do you train? What do you eat?
That's
like,
amazing.
All that stuff. But that's only happened a couple times. Other than that, like obviously my gym's kind of a
Of course, yeah. I mean, but you got to work with what you've got. But like, I think that's a great way. I think before you just started off saying you already assume that people don't want to be disturbed by you. I think a great way, and what people love is like genuine appreciation. So like you seeing someone in the gym and you genuinely appreciate like the size of her quads or something, go up there and hype her up.
No, 100%.
And if that's where the conversation ends, like it ends with just like, oh, thanks girl, and it's like a fist bump, then cool. But at the same time, if the conversation leads and keeps going, you feed off the other person's energy, and that you notice that they're wanting to keep conversating with you.
Yeah, like for me, like I've never actually had that kind of random interaction where it's turned into a friendship. Like you'll probably see them again at the gym and you'll be like, oh yeah, I recognize this person, like, oh cool. But it's never, for me, it's never led to any like friendships or anything like that. So for me, I feel like it's usually an unsuccessful feat if you even tried, you know.
Why do you think it's unsuccessful, even if you just have a genuine 10-second interaction with someone? Why is that unsuccessful?
Just not that interaction alone, just more the fact that like obviously if you're looking to have like-minded friends and you want to build that, then sometimes when that doesn't work out, it's like, oh, maybe that's just how it's going to be most of the time, you know. Again,
that's a mindset. That's so like half the cup half empty mindset. I've never once thought to myself like, oh damn, this interaction didn't work again, I guess it was never meant for me. Like I'm not that sorry it's more minded like person.
It's like the overthinking part of me, like really just thinks of all like the negative ways, but it hasn't really thought like, oh okay, no, you've made an interaction today, well done, pat on the back. Like it's never gone to that route for some reason.
Do you think you can consciously make that effort from now on, and instead of sabotaging yourself and telling yourself that like, I failed again, it wasn't meant to be, why am I doing this, like I don't belong, people don't want to be friends with me, why not be like, you know what, I had a great interaction today, like why not try and approach 2 people tomorrow and then 3 people, and not every single person you meet is going to become your best friend or like is going to be your next, you know, partner or business partner or whatever you want it to be, but I think why not put yourself out there, because that's going to be more, it's going to bring you more opportunities and more success than if you'd rather not try and just tell yourself that you're not good enough and you're not worthy.
I think like that's obviously something, because I've like built myself to think this way already, like unconsciously. It takes a lot of conscious effort to do that, and I think it will just take more and more time, but like I think you've taught me a lot already. Like I think you making me come out of my shell and like have a more positive outlook, and it's just gonna take more time, but like you've helped me a lot in that sense. Like you've helped me see a more positive outlook on life and like see the positive interactions, which I really love. So thank you for that.
And I think that kind of carries into another conversation I want to have with you as well. What do you think? What did you find attractive about me?
Oh, what's for us? Like when we first met, or?
Well, you just mentioned now that a big part of the reason why you're appreciative of me is the fact that I've helped you grow and maybe see things that maybe you couldn't see for yourself, or like you've maybe taken you out of your shell, and maybe I've been very accepting of who you are as a person, and we're comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
What are some other things that you found attractive with me in the beginning, and then things you found attractive about me once you got to know me a little bit?
Well, I mean, okay, so when we first met, you just had like this kind of confidence that you were just like ready to have just a conversation, and for me it was so rare. Like for me, I always struggled with that. I was a very shy person to begin with, but I put on this like alter ego of myself where I seem like I'm confident, so I end up waffling, like just chatting shit or whatever. But you like made me realize like I don't have to do that in the beginning straight away. Like you brought out your little weird self slowly, like with little like hints of it, and I was like, oh, okay, I can see the little weirdness. That's me.
Being weird is cool, by the way. This is a side note, so I'll let you finish with this because I do love hearing how I'm attractive towards you. But I think expressing your true authentic self is so important. Again, it might be seen as weird in school, I get it, but when you become an adult, everyone is trying to be so perfect. Everyone is taught to act a certain way.
Yeah.
If you are authentic with yourself, yeah, you might turn off 90% of the people. I wouldn't even say 90, it's more like 30 or 40, but those sort of people, the people that you're turning away or turning off, they're not the ones that you're trying to attract anyway, to be friends or to start a relationship with. Why not be your authentic self, and then literally you'll be attracting the people who genuinely appreciate you for you. That's always, not always, but for the last year or two, when I finally started to feel comfortable and confident with myself, it's just self-acceptance, accepting who you are as a person, all your small quirks, your interests, your hobbies, your weird little tics. You know, I've got many little tics as well. So it's like
too many.
Like yes, but some people might think that's weird, but you're actually going to attract the people who genuinely love your confidence, who, and like I think I like to be around people who are also authentically themselves as well. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I do like the little weirdness of, like that you hold. Honestly, like it made me bring out my weird side, which I always used to hide because it was like, oh, they're not going to accept me for who I am if I'm going to be weird.
A lot of people like that shit though. Girls included and guys.
Yeah, but like half the time it's like so forced. Like, you know how you see like a group of guys and girls like out on a night out and like they're just trying to do stupid shit and like
no, that's like obnoxious. That's
yeah,
like that's
exactly.
just being stupid.
But you can see that that's forced. You know,
Yeah.
like that's not authentic. That's not them being themselves. That's just them being dumb. Whereas like you brought I think, okay, it's probably not considered the natural weirdness, but like just the more authentic weirdness, and I love that because I was just like, oh yes, okay, I can make my little weird noises too. I can do this, I can do that. Like I can say shit that I normally wouldn't say to everyone else, and I love that.
Do you think that's important for a man, is to like be confident and express themselves first to make the woman feel comfortable?
I mean, I don't think it actually really matters who does it first. It's more like, as soon as one of you start it, it just kind of shows like if they actually accept you for that.
I agree.
So really, it's not even actually about them accepting you for that. It's whether they can resonate with you and be that person with you. And I think that's so rare to find as well, because yeah, like I was a very weird one, but I always kept that like bottled up within myself. I was never truly my weird self. But now I can feel like I can just be like, okay, what's up? But yeah, I love that. That in the beginning was great.
So you'd call that maybe authentic or just being confident? I guess it's confidence, isn't it?
I think it was a confidence initially, but the authenticity came out throughout.
Yeah, and you find that attractive. And was that the first thing you noticed about me? What else did you notice about me when we first met?
I don't know. I just had like this instant like comfort with you, and I don't know what like that actually originated from, but I just felt comfortable talking to you, felt comfortable just like being close to you already, and it was just, I don't know, it just felt right.
Comfortable, you said.
Comfortability was,
I think that's such an important trait that I actually don't think about it consciously, and that's, you're actually making me think that. I'm like, how did I make her feel comfortable? And I think just being a warm, friendly, being a warm and friendly person, you know, being like accepting and like asking questions and being genuinely interested in the other person. But I think a way that I feel comfortable when I'm around other people is when they're not afraid to like, again, show their weird, quirky sides, but also like everyone's got things that they're going through. Everyone's got their own fucked up things.
You know?
Depth, 100%. And it's like he's being so vulnerable here. He's being so himself, so unfiltered that like he's being open to so many areas of attack right now. So many people could critique him, to make fun of him. It's like, oh, why is he acting like this? Why is he saying that? But I think a lot of, not just women, but people want to feel comfortable around people who are also just genuinely themselves and who aren't afraid to be that. So I guess that is confidence as well.
I mean, yeah, to confidently be yourself, like that's a rare trait. That is a rare trait, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, like if I meet someone who I can tell is just genuinely being themselves and he's just unapologetic, like it also makes me want to like open up and like say things that I shouldn't be saying in front of the camera. You know, like you know, I love those sort of people. The sort of people that you can be your true, authentic self with. It's attractive, not even in a sexual way. Like it's genuinely attractive.
It's just like it draws you to them just from that interaction alone. You know, that's. In a way, that's kind of like beautiful, you know. It's like it's not common that you get that.
So you loved my confidence, and you loved that I made you feel comfortable and safe.
Yeah. It's also like obviously further into the relationship, like the way you treated your mom and your dad, like that was beautiful. Like it's just the fact that like you care for her so much. It just shows like how you treat other people. Like it's just with pure, like it's just wholesome. It's like it's so pure. I don't know how else to describe that. What's like one thing I did? What's like one experience that when you first saw me interact with my mum or something? Like what was that, and how did it make you feel? Loving. It was so loving. Like for me, obviously I've had like a loving family. I have like my mum and my brother. My dad obviously not so much. And like seeing that like full family experience on your side, like you have your mum, you have your dad, you have a sister, like, and seeing that like kind of bond with each other. I didn't exactly have the same experience, but seeing that was like, whoa, like this is actually maybe how it's supposed to be. And like just the way you speak to your mom, the way like when you guys meet up with each other, it's like always the warmest hugs, and like your mom like doesn't want to separate from you. It's like, damn, like that's pure love right there. And it's the fact that you can give that to your mom. I know you can give that to someone else.
So like the way I treat my parents and how loving and affectionate I am towards them.
Respectful as well.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, a lot of that is there's two big reasons. I think first of all, I've had very healthy, loving parents, and so showing love and being respectful was always normal and like expected in the household. But I wasn't always like that. I was a very stubborn, and she always mentions it as well. I was a stubborn, selfish. I was a rat. I was such a hard. I can't believe my mum like dealt with me. Like I was a fucking rat bag. Like never obeyed her. Like I remember calling her a bitch one time. My dad, like. We had this one thing in my household, we never swore, not even just to each other, but like just in sentences. We never would express, you know, when you say, oh, it's fucking good, like we wouldn't even say that. And I remember one time, like I was going through a phase. I was like 13 or 14, and
the hormones kicking in.
Yeah, hormones kicking in, fucking adolescence, whatever, testosterone filled. And I was having a little bitter argument with my mum, like nothing serious, but then like I accidentally called her a fucking bitch, and my dad was at the table like doing like I don't know, reading all the letters and stuff, and his head just literally just turned up, and he told me to come here, and gave me, he belted my ass, like, and I was 14, 15, like, I could stand, I was like, I knew when I said it, I fucked up, I was like, oh, so much regret, and so I just took the belting.
Seeing that from your dad terrified me. It's like, whoa.
But I think that taught me, like, the way that the way that we treated each other in the household, the expectations we had for each other, it really does have a big impact on how you treat other people as well. So you probably saw those signals. Yeah,
like I saw everything I didn't have in a family. You know, like obviously I'm not putting down like my mum at all. Like she did so much for us growing up, and I have so much respect for her. Like I fucking love that woman to pieces. But it's just like you see the significant difference without having her dad around, and seeing that on your side, like you obviously can see like. But the two of them working together really made you as a whole person, whereas I think that's where I lack. Like I had to pick up the pieces that I couldn't like get from what my dad would have given me. I had to like figure that out on my own. I think that's what I liked in my like growth stage. So seeing that, I think just kind of was like, wow, like it kind of seemed like he had it all together, you know, like he had it. I don't know, I don't even know how to explain it, but kind of get where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah, so like, you kind of just like it's almost security, knowing that seeing the way I treat other people, especially my family, my loved ones. It's like, oh wow, like if he's like that to his family, it's probably like me. He's very good with other people as well, especially a future partner.
Yeah.
So you loved the way I was confident. You loved the way I made you feel safe and secure, and that I allowed you to be yourself. And then you loved the way I treated other people.
Yeah, you don't really get that many good qualities like in one. Just.
Do you reckon that is hard to find in people?
100%. Holy moly! Oh, this thing keeps dropping. But yeah, no, 100%. It's so rare to find because everyone's like just trying to be this weird version that they think is going to be accepted, and it's kind of like it's not authentic at all. Like it doesn't feel like a real person. It's like a what are those characters called? NPCs. Yeah, they're just like filling out like different side character points. Like it's weird.
You know that it's like a thing now, like, you know, the word nonchalant, people want to like behave all like cool and they don't give a fuck and like everything comes so easy to them and they don't show any emotions.
Oh, fuck up.
I can see why people want to be like that and they idolize it almost, but like that's just not who I am. And so again, I understand who I am. Hold the coffee, it's gonna fly away. Just hold it.
Sure, hold it.
So just understanding who I am as a person and knowing that I'm not this sort of guy, like being my true authentic self, I've attracted the right people around me. And that doesn't mean I've got a lot of friends, but the friends I do have, I know they're good for me because I know I attracted them through being my full authentic self. And I think that's so important, is being authentic.
I don't think it's actually good to have loads of friends.
No,
like,
of course not.
It's just, it doesn't seem like...
It's draining.
Yeah, exactly. It does, like, they're not going to fulfill you in that way, you know? Like, you got the perfect amount of friends right now, I think. And like they give you everything you need. Like they got like their different parts of them, and they just make like one whole like perfect friendship group that like give you what you need.
Do you think when you meet people, then new or current people that you know, do you think you are truly authentically your 100% self? I understand you're not your true authentic self unless you're with people who have known you for a long time, or if you spend a lot of time with them. But in general, do you still fake your own personality? Or are you more or less you when you're talking to people? Like, as in, you express your own interests, you don't make up things about yourself. Like, I used to always make up things about myself to make myself appear cooler or that I fit in. Like, you know, maybe I still do that to a certain degree when I'm like at my job, you know, because I'm not going up to people saying I'm making YouTube. When people ask you like, how's your week been? I'm not going to be like, oh, I filmed an amazing podcast on a rooftop in Barcelona.
No, you don't go that far.
No, of course not. But like, I'm still like more or less myself.
Yeah.
Are you like that?
I think at work, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I fuck around at work a bit. Like because we have like so many customers from all over the world that come through, and I just like to chat shit sometimes, just for the fun, like for my own entertainment. You gotta pass the time somehow, you know. So sometimes I bullshit a little bit here and there, but when it comes to like meeting people in general, I try to, like, more so in these recent years, I try to be more myself and like not fake this persona. Whereas like I'd say like 5, maybe even 3-4 years ago, and maybe more than that, like I was definitely putting something on. Like I was trying to be someone I wasn't, just to seem like just to be accepted, you know. And I think that was just embarrassing. I'm embarrassed even thinking back on that time. Yeah, didn't like that.
No, I think that's very insightful. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Like, again, back to the original topic of you know, struggling to find people or relating to others. It's not easy. But I think the more authentic you are in terms of yourself, the way you think, pursuing your own passions and purposes, just knowing yourself and being comfortable with yourself, you're also going to be more willing to like talk to people and not be afraid. I think the more comfortable you are with yourself, the more comfortable you are with other people.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you got no filter, you got no other second thoughts. Like when I used to be the insecure version of myself, I used to come up with so many different... I was an impulsive liar because I didn't want to reveal the true authentic things about myself. Like
it becomes very draining when you do that.
100%. And you can't keep up with all the single lies you make. Like I've been exposed so many fucking times in my life.
You fumbled on yourself.
Yeah.
Hey?
I remember like my biggest one was like I used to act as if like I was so popular, or that like I made out with a girl last night or something, just to seem cool. And like I'd go more extreme than that. And that's only because I was so insecure with myself, and I thought it would make me look cool if other people thought or knew that like I I was like that when I really wasn't. I really wasn't like that. I think objectively I could have if I was genuinely my authentic self. I think most people as well. If you're really yourself, if you're not like afraid of other people's opinions and you don't doubt yourself and you just know who you are, you will be more attractive towards not just like friends but women and people as well. But I wasn't like that. I was so insecure about myself, and I would be a compulsive liar. I'd make up things about myself. I'd try and like lie to myself to make myself seem more impressive. And I'm just not like that anymore.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
I mean, you definitely were a different version of yourself when I first met you, but like you
really
weren't,
like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, like you weren't like a liar or anything. You were just more like because you were still in like your kind of traveler phase. You really just was very extroverted and like you were partying all the time, and like that's not who you are now.
I don't think I was always. I think the version of me that you met, I was like in the midst of adjusting to London. It was literally my first week in London. I met her, and so I didn't have a roof over my head. I didn't have a job.
Days, hey?
Yeah, I literally I was just living the life that most people would want to live, that life of freedom, right? And I think this is an important topic as well because I thought that was fun. I thought partying, meeting women, meeting girls like you and other girls, like accessing different parts of the world, not having any responsibilities, not having to work. You know, I thought that was the dream life. And at the time, like you probably saw a different version of me because I was expressing that. I was like, I'm so fucking happy. This is it.
Yeah.
And I realized after a month, very quickly after like I lost $20,000.
Oof.
Yeah, within the first month of London, that like I was like, what the fuck am I doing? This is not
like,
the version I want to be.
You just pissed your money away.
No, and I got so caught up in surrounding myself with those sort of people, and they're not bad people, but like I think, and the funny thing, I hadn't even made it yet. I was acting as if I had made it. You know, like when people like, you know, you see people on YouTube who really grind it out, and once they finally achieve a certain goal or they get the lifestyle they always wanted, they kind of party and like live a lavish lifestyle. I was kind of like that in a sort of sense, and I knew straight away like this is not it. Like after the first couple of weeks, and I think that's a very important lesson. I think with my target audience, a lot of people watching this video, you guys may be like young adults, maybe mostly men aged 18 to 25, I'd guess. You know, you guys are working so fucking hard. Maybe the world hasn't shown you the appreciation or the gifts or the rewards that you think you deserve. But I'm telling you right now, when you get to a level that you think is amazing and you've really like enjoyed the fruits of your labor, which is important, enjoying yourself, traveling, meeting people, all important things, but life isn't just about that. Trust me, like I've gone through that in a blessed way. I experienced that very, very early. But I think the most rewarding parts of life, after the dust settled, after I partied, after I settled, after I started working a job and understood that, like, you know, there's more to life than that. I think the most purposeful way of living for me right now as a 25-year-old is literally doing what I love, and finding what you love. I think is so fucking important. Like, do you think you found or know what you love or doing?
I know what I love doing, and that's the thing, like I'm still working towards it because I know it's not fully there yet, but like you actually have to appreciate more and more the small wins. And I've always been that person that wanted the big wins and like feel like I've actually done something, but that just actually kind of takes away from the whole purpose, you know. Like
you're a little vague here. What is the thing you love doing, and what was the old ways of like, oh yes, the big wins, I feel like I've won here?
No, so like say for example when you helped me actually get started with my content creation, so like I started off with gaming, and that's a niche I've always loved. I loved gaming growing up. It was like my little escape. And when I first started, I was like, I don't think anyone's really gonna watch this. Hey, like there's so many bigger, better like YouTubers and whatever. And as soon as like I continued working on it and continued progressing and whatever, like I was like, I got to 70 subs. I was like, it's only 70, you know, I'm not gonna
70 subs is so fucking cool.
Yeah, but I didn't appreciate that at the time. Like at first I was excited for like maybe the first 10 seconds, but I was like, no, but it's not enough. It's not enough. And like I wanted to do more, and it was just like, wait, no, I should have celebrated that, because it's not easy. It's not actually easy. And like the fact that I've worked hard towards that, I should have appreciated that more. And now like I'm getting closer and closer to the goal that I'm wanting, and like I can taste it, and that's something I need to like celebrate rather than be like, it's just not enough again.
What are your goals right now?
Just to get monetized, but at the same time it's not just about the money. It's the fact that like I'm building a community of people that are actually having the same like interest as me, and I'm not the only one, you know. And that's also another way to like potentially even make friends, you know. Like, I'm having this community that wants to watch what I'm doing because, like, yeah, maybe I'm just a bit weird. Like, I'm not like your typical like girl that would just like, you know, flash. Okay, no offense to those girls, but like flash my titties or anything like that. I'm not doing that. I'm just being like my little weird self.
Yeah. No, I thought you were going in a completely different direction there, but I agree. I definitely agree.
No.
No, so you're being your authentic self, your hobbies and interests, you're pursuing that, but you weren't appreciative of the small wins. And I think that's a very important topic that you raised there, because celebrating your small wins is so important, because it's so easy for you to brush it off, acting as if like gaining a subscriber, maybe adding like a kilo of weight onto your bench press or something, or like meeting someone in person and having a very short but like sweet conversation with someone. These small wins, I think it's very important, because there was a version of you that thought that wasn't even possible. There was a version of you that thought adding a kilo to your bench press wasn't possible. There was a version of you who thought having a good conversation with someone was impossible. There was a version of you that thought uploading a video and someone even liking it or caring enough to subscribe to you was impossible. So it's so crazy how we become so desensitized towards things that we once thought would be the happiest thing that's ever happened to us, you know. So I think celebrate your small wins, because that's also going to make you more appreciative of the actions you're taking, and it's going to give you more incentive, and it's going to build onto the snowball you're building for yourself to keep on going, keep pushing, keep reiterating, keep evolving, and keep pursuing the things that you want to pursue, whatever goals you have, you guys. Like, the small wins matter so much. Do not brush them off, because like I was the same way. I would post a video, I'm like, only 1,000 views, like 1,000 people watching
like,
a view, anything.
You think about that as well, like you're sitting here and then you just see 1,000 people in front of you just watching you, like that's actually a lot.
Imagine there's 1,000 people right now on this balcony with us, just listening to us like chat shit about life, you know.
Scary.
That is scary, but that's like amazing. Yeah, but it's cool. But like, you become so desensitized towards these small wins. What are some other things for you as well then? Because you're saying, so you're starting in content creation. I am as well. I'm still in the beginning stages. What are some things that help you also feel motivated or keep going and not keep yourself distracted? It keeps you going.
I guess just like the first thing is like consistency. You just, in order to actually succeed, you need to be consistent. Like, that's one thing I was always lacking. Like, my consistency sucked. Like, as soon as I had like one bad day, I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna drop off it for a week, get into my bad habits again. And that was fucking stupid, because then I regressed in a sense. But now, like, I'm trying to be more consistent, and it's actually paying off, you know. Like, that's something I'm truly, like, I
really love this about you. You said you struggle with that. I think you struggle in getting yourself started, but once you started like posting, I really respect your consistency. Like, there's times where I haven't posted for months on YouTube, and I'm watching this girl is continually uploading. I'll call her and she's like, I'm editing 3 videos right now. I want to upload one today. I want to upload the shorts tomorrow. It's already scheduled, Tony. Like, fuck, like. I really love that about you and respect that about you as well, as a friend, as a lover. Like, your consistency towards the goals you have, like, despite the fact that you don't have other relatable people that you can bounce ideas off and share your pains and struggles, you still put your head down.
You were the one that helped me get started on that, and
of course,
I didn't want to fail that either.
Of course, and I think that's another interesting point. People would struggle with different areas of the journey. I didn't struggle with getting, I did struggle with getting started for a long time. Once I got started, I'm not scared to start anymore, but staying consistent was something I struggled with, and you're very good at that.
That's the thing, I was a massive procrastinator as well, but like, I'm trying not to be that person, because I know like that's just going to set me back. But
a lot of people struggle with consistency and procrastinating. That's like I used to post so many videos about that a few months ago. What are your tips and advice to the people who struggle with consistency and productivity and just continually showing up?
Honestly, it's going to sound so like annoying, but it's generally the mindset, because there are days that I literally wake up, I'm like, I don't want to go fucking gym. I don't want to do this. I don't want to film a video today. Like, I'm like, you know, when you're just having a bad day and you just don't want to do anything, you're just like, I want to be in my little hole and just be away from people. And the first thing I'd normally do is I'd tell you about it, and you were that person that was like, no, just try like at least do 1 or 2 exercises at the gym and then come back. Then at least you went, you know, like that's a big thing. Or like, just at least try to do a video. If it doesn't work out well, don't post it. Like, at least make the effort to actually try. And that actually helped me out a lot. That helped me actually manage to be consistent, because I was like, wait, if I actually try and it turns out well, I'm going to be happy with myself. That's the dopamine rush that I'm going to get. And that's actually kind of the motivator for me. Like, it's like, okay, you're the one that pushed me originally, but like, I know in myself that I'm going to be happier for it that I at least tried.
You don't like let yourself down.
Exactly, because like, I know for a fact that if I end up not doing it, I'm gonna end up just still being in that same mindset that I did when I woke up, and like I don't want that. So it's all about like trying to change that mindset of being like, you know what, just try it. If it doesn't work out, cool. If it doesn't, and if it does, fair enough.
See, did you catch yourself right now? Early in the video, you were saying how like your mindset of like meeting people is very negative, but right now with yourself, you're so positive now.
I'm starting. That's the thing. Like,
so you're improving.
You have to start from within in order to like kind of push that out, I guess.
It always starts with the mindset.
Yeah.
Like if you don't believe you can do something or achieve something, you're never gonna do it. And even when you do try something, if you secretly tell yourself you're never gonna succeed or it's not even worth it, you're not gonna go anywhere, then it's never gonna work out. You're never gonna fully express your true, genuine self. And you're not gonna stick to something. You're always gonna fall off the cliff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love the fact that your mindset is there. It's switched on now.
Yeah, but it also helped like having you to push me that little bit, just to kind of have my mindset in that sense.
So mindset and like support from other people who understand the journey. Yeah, and I guess that kind of like brings us back to the very beginning. Like
it's still a rare thing to find, obviously, but like if you do have it, like use that support system. Like just like say that you're having an off day because you know that person is just going to be like, you know what, no, but you can still do this.
This is why I love watching YouTube videos of people that I relate to, like, you know, Hamza was a big one, Alex Hormozi is a big one, Chris Williamson's a big one. Like I think like if you struggle to have real life people that you relate to who understand your pain, like, you know, a lot of people say watching too much social media is a bad thing. I think too much of anything is bad, but if you really lack something, lack clarity, lack like ideas, or like you have no relatability or can't share your pains and problems, I think finding other I think that's the new way of like, it's never going to be meeting someone in real life, but there is definitely benefits to, like,
I mean,
people
Chris
watching my
Williamson
videos.
definitely was like a big one
He's
for
good.
me. Yeah, he really does bring out like a different perspective, and it's one that I think most people like actually do relate to, because it's kind of like if you have the same morals, it literally is so relatable.
So ways to stay consistent, in your case it's YouTube and posting content. So the mindset,
Support,
and the support, and you're always staying consistent as well.
Well, yeah,
you're very good at it, you really are.
I mean that took time.
Yeah,
but it's just all about waking up and doing it. It's almost like having like a daily task thing. Like you just wake up. First thing I do is, well, I don't even sit down and eat my breakfast, because I know if I do that, I'm like, after my breakfast, I'm like, I'm full, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
For me, I skip breakfast entirely, go straight to the gym. I have no time to think about it, I just do it.
Yeah, me too. I think I find doing actual like brain energy work, like writing or like planning a video, is very hard to do first thing in the morning, me personally, but I like doing physical things, because I feel like once you start moving your body, your mind will eventually catch up.
Yeah,
a healthy body is a healthy mind.
Exactly.
100%. So I do love a good workout in the morning as well.
Yeah.
I think we didn't finish this, like we were talking about things that you find attractive in me, but we don't have to talk about me in general. Do you have like other tips and advice for other young men watching this right now? I think most of these people are definitely men my age, maybe slightly younger or older. What other advice do you have for dudes who really want to not just like hook up with girls, but like meet a woman who they can also like work together with and aspire for big goals with and pursue things together, or just a good woman in general? Well,
I definitely think like if you want to have someone in your life that like is actually matching your vibe and everything, you have to stay authentically yourself. If you become a different person, you're not going to attract the person that you want for the rest of your life.
But what if your authentic self is like genuinely like I like Avengers, it's, well, I guess then maybe that person was never meant to be for you, as I said.
Exactly. Like you can't just you can't change yourself for someone just because you think they're attractive. That's not enough. You know, like it needs to be.
But what if their authentic self right now, like they genuinely love playing video games, eating Doritos, not working out, like for like all the things that most people don't find attractive? Do you still think it's good advice for them to just continue to do that because there will be someone out there, or do you think it's all right? Look, I understand you have your own hobbies right now, but let's start doing some things that like actually most people would find attractive in someone, the attractive qualities.
You definitely obviously you can't just keep yourself in a hole. You're not gonna meet anyone like that, obviously, unless like you're constantly on the internet talking to people. Fair enough, that sometimes works out for people, sometimes it doesn't. But definitely just how do I even put this? Hold on, let her cook. Right, yeah, no, can't just stay in a hole. But I definitely would say like if you obviously, let's say for example, you've eaten all those Dorito packets and shit like that, you'll just like fucking become like this kind of lump in your chair, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna find a woman that's gonna accept me for me. It's like, no, you still have to make some sort of sacrifice in order to seem like you're gonna be a good person for them. It's not just about you being accepted for who you are, but you're accepting them for who they are. And if you're like accepting of the fact that they're gonna be a Dorito eater sitting on their ass all day, then fair enough, like enjoy that. But they're not going to better you as a person, that you're just going to keep feeding yourself these bad habits.
I also think it's important, even though it may work, I think it's important to do it for yourself first as well. Even though it may work, if let's say like with me, I went to the gym, I guess you could say for myself, but like I wanted to look more attractive to like women.
I mean, for me,
100%,
like,
I'm being authentic, like
100%,
genuinely.
like for me, I want to feel better about myself, because I'm always complaining about myself, so why not fucking change that? So that's for me. But I also want to be attractive in the other sense, because obviously, like, who doesn't want to be attractive? Let's be real. Let's be real. We kind of want to be attractive.
Of course, yeah. For other people, yeah, that's very normal. Like that's. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
It's a little. It's like a little bit vain, but it's not, like, because it's just like you feel more confident in yourself when other people find you attractive, in a sense, if that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you. Wait, sorry. We say it again.
So like, like in order to feel like you're more attractive within yourself, obviously you work on that yourself, but when other people find that attractive about you, it's like, I'm more confident now.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it's definitely not good to get carried away with only finding validation through other people, but
it's more for yourself.
More for yourself. Yeah, like understand that, like try to at least like if you're eating a healthy diet, you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for other people. It's like, this girl's gonna like me because I'm on like a little vegan diet and she's a vegan. Like that's kind of weird. That's not you being authentically yourself. But if you genuinely like eating salads all day, then do it. 100%.
If you enjoy being a rabbit, be a rabbit. But
be a rabbit.
But it has to start from within. Like, who do you want to be? For sure. Like, if you want to feel better within yourself, eat better. If you want to like look better, fucking go gym as well and eat that good food. But don't sit around your fucking beanbag and just like, just don't do that.
Okay. I'm so sorry. The conversation was flowing, but I think we got to end it because I don't know if you can tell, but the coffee is starting to hit, and like
starting to hit.
My stomach is rumbling right now, and so I do think I need to have a little bit of an intermission. But I think this was a great conversation. We talked about many different topics. I think we started with insecurities and all that, and then we'll watch it back, but hopefully that was valuable for you guys. And yeah, thank you for joining me. This is a very interesting topic and like conversation we had. You're very authentically yourself, which is very attractive. So yeah,
thank you, sir.
And hopefully you guys found some value in that as well.
We did waffle, I'm not gonna lie.
No, but we waffled about great topics. I think we didn't talk about shit the whole time.
True.
It is I, Tony fucking Lee. I love y'all. Have a good day.